Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So, for those friends who do not like to face reality or face the truth, please do not continue watch this video. In the past 100 years, Wing Chun have a serious problem, and by evidence, we know the problem, and by evidence, we today in America know how to solve it. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. So what is the problem? The problem is the core of Wing Chun, the Xiu Lim Tao sets in the past 100 years, such as the version 1960s of Wing Chun, disregard of lineages, but what you can see in public today do not have the content of what it needed to develop Wing Chun. Now, this is a serious problem, right? And of course, this is a really big thing that I need to provide you evidence, not just I just talk whatever I want or just throw a jab at anybody I like because of the freedom of speech. Now I raise this is because this is a problem. If this is not solved, face it, there's no Wing Chun. Face it. Okay? So this is very serious. The Xiu Lim Tao set need to be reformed, reinstalled. And that's the reason why I created the S21 sets in America based on the ancient uh, Xiu Lim Tao, 1850 Xiu Lim Tao and science. See, in past 100 years, there are many creations of Xiu Lim Tao. It is almost like everybody can go create their own thing and then call it their own lineage Xiu Lim Tao. Now, there's nothing wrong with go create something and call it their own lineage Xiu Lim Tao and so forth, provided one have the proper content of the Xiu Lim Tao sets. Now, if you look at, say, the sets of Zhao Ga Tong Long, the southern praying mantis, the set in White Crane, Fujian, like the Minghe sets, like for example, the set like Ba Bu Lian, and other southern uh, traditional Chinese martial arts sets. The Wing Chun, Xiu Lim Tao, what you see today in general public, it really is problematic. It doesn't do its job. It's lack of content. If you want to compare with the grade or the level of sets of Zhao Ga Tong Long or Ba Bu Lian, so forth, you just don't have it. Now, So to make it very simple, I like to share with you a proper traditional Chinese martial arts sets in the South, like the Zhao Ga Tong Long set, the, uh, the White Cranes Pa Bu Lian, and the proper Ngo Zhou sets, San Jin. They all come with awareness because you need to aware of what you're doing. The proper physical handling and proper breathing handling. Okay? So when you do a set, the bottom line is that you need to be aware of what you're doing. And then one have to follow the design of that set. And the design of that set is within the handling of the physical movement and the breathing, which is synchronized with the breathing. The design is that way. As soon as one have a set which do not have a synchronizations in breathing, you know right away it is an empty set. You go read the Shaolin writing. It tell you that 练拳必装气. You want to train the martial art, you have to install the breathing. Okay? Now, so a set when it designed, a proper set when it designed, it come with the synchronizations of the movement and the breathing. It's not just breathing. It's not just movement. So if you say that there's a movement and there's no breathing, and then everybody can design their own movement in their sets and call it like today your 小念头, my 小念头, this guy's 小念头, that guy's 小念头. Well, first of all, it is empty anyway. Compare or with reference with the traditional Chinese martial art sets, which is proper, like the White Crane Pa Bu Lian, like the Zhao Ga Tong Long sets. So this is a problem. So you look around, people talk about in their set, you have this hand technique, that hand technique, and then some say they use a mind power, and then some tucking their tailbones and all sort of stuff. But you can check for past 100 years, nobody tell you about breathing. Now you look into the like Zhao Ga Tong Long. Are you serious that you can practice that set without breathing? Now you might say, well, Zhao Ga Tong Long is really hard. Well, go look at Pa Bu Lian of Ming He, White Crane. There's hard and soft there. If you cannot breathe, you are not going to develop anything. And in fact, you will not know what you're doing. Now, there's one other thing, which is Wing Chuners today do not know. And it is not revealed in past 100 years, at least not in the public and not in the body signature of those who perform it. Guess what it is? See, a set, a proper set. We know that there's a synchronizations of the movement and breathing. Now, do we know that The intensity of exerting force and handling of the breathing while playing that sets is actually adaptive or dependent on the age of that practitioner. So in other words, if you have a proper Siu Tao set like the 1850s Siu Tao sets, the movement and the breathing, they are synchronized. You must not change it. You must not screw it up. You must not change it because this is design. Now, the young kids, like say 10-year-old, when they play that sets, the older person like me, after say 50 something, 60 something, when we play that sets, with those who is at their prime, like 25 to 35, the intensity is actually dependent to the age or adaptive to the age. So in the young age, like 10-year-old, you play the sets, the breathing and the movement is synchronized, but the breathing handling, the strength one play the sets will be much gentle. Same with at the old age, or same with those who have a weak body. Okay. Now, for the practitioners about 25 to 35 years old, where they're strong, their body and so forth, and healthy, they need to exert more strength in their movement, and their breathing is more coarse. But still, it is deep breathing, it is within aerobic. However, it have to exert the strength and handling that breathing, that deep breathing, which is still within uh, aerobic. And of course, that's going to help your VO2 max because you are practicing in that. Okay, deep breathing, so forth. So you see, at first you need to have this the synchronization between the breathing and the movement, and then you need to adjust the intensity of the strength and the breathing depend on the age and depend on the conditions of that certain person. Now, you look into the Wing Chun Shiu Lim Tao for past 100 years. Does anybody anywhere they show this type of informations? You go to the real training, like in the white crane, like the Pa Pu Lian, they have that. Okay. So if one do not have those type of content or those kind of technology of handling the intensity and handling the breathing and the body, then that means one really don't know what that one is doing. And of course, we know that breathing is directly influencing your intra-abdominal pressure and your body movement is going to influence your physical handling of your core, which is again is going to influence your intra-abdominal pressure. And you can go deeper, your breathing is going to influence your meridians. So only when one have this handle, one can develop something with the sets. Without this type of content, what is one doing? What are you doing? So that is how it is. Today you heard about people want to tuck their tailbone. Let me tell you what. If you go train those really real traditional Chinese martial arts sets like Ba Bu Lian, you tuck your tailbone. Are you serious? You'll cause your breathing cannot go through your body. That's how serious it is. And you will cause yourself not be able to handle the intra-abdominal pressure. So you don't have deep breathing, you don't have intra-abdominal pressure. That take away your combustion systems if it is analogy as an automobile. So, so this is how serious it is. It is synchronizations within the entire system. That's why in the Wing Chun Inception, I show it. That's how the synchronization has to be. Otherwise, you cannot compare one to one with other traditional Chinese martial arts sets, like Ba Bu Lian of the crane, white crane. You cannot compare with it because you don't have the content. And that's why in the S21, the design of the S21, the posture, the movement, the breathing, exhale, inhale, the breathing, the stance, handling so that you be able to breathe deep and then handle your intra-abdominal pressure, all has to be there. That is S21. That's why it is so difficult to learn for most people, even at section 1, have to force people to do squat. Why? If you cannot squat, you cannot handle your core. If you cannot handle your core, you cannot breathe. If you cannot breathe, you cannot handle your intra-abdominal pressure. If you cannot handle your intra-abdominal pressure, you are actually scattering around or become really rigid. So look around at all this Shu Tao today. Compare it with the Zhao Ga Tong Long sets or the Ba Bu Lian and see what happened. We compare technology with technology. If you don't have that technology, how are you going to face them? It's not par. So all the synchronization, all the synchronization, all the synchronizations is a must if one say one practice Shu Lim Tao. Now you look back for 100 years, you don't have that. The entire thing is a, a void. So how is Wing Chun is going to continue on in terms of the other traditional Chinese martial arts? Use that as a reference, like the Zhao Gao Tong Long White Crane. You Wing Chun have already lost your art. Anybody can say, hey, we know traditional Chinese martial art, we have this the breathing and the movement synchronizations, and we need to handle it. and we can adjust the intensity. So again, you clamping your leg, you tucking your tailbone, and then you say that, oh, somebody will do this 修炼套 for 1 hour. Are you serious? You look at all this 周家螳螂 or 八步莲, every breath in and out is synchronized with the move. Nobody going to put down there inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, or stress the hell out of the entire body, get into anaerobic. No, they are in aerobic. They are in aerobic training. This is aerobic training, not anaerobic. So if you stop your breathing and pushing your hand and do whatever you think is chi, whatever, and it causing you to hit into the anaerobic, you know you are not conditioning your body. You know you do not have a handling of that thing. So that's why in the I raised the case the issue with the H model. Where are you in your training? Now if you are in the white crane or in the southern praying mantis, you can map into this, you know where you're training. They have the art, they still have it. So is Wing Chun have it? Sure. That's why the details is here. Now, but the Wing Chun 修炼套 create in the past 100 years doesn't have it. That is a technical reality. So this is what I like to share with you. I know in Asia it's very difficult to present this kind of stuff, but here I'm American, I present in America. This is the truth. Either one get back the technology, the content, so that we par with the southern praying mantis, the white crane, or we are not. So I choose to release it to the public so that we be able to carry on. We just cannot just put a name brand there and have no content there. Why do you want to do that anyway? Wing Chun in the past have it, so why do we not reinstall it? And so that's why today I share with you this. Do the minimum with this video, okay, you know that assets. You need to have the awareness. Stop all those mind power, all those things, okay? If they really have the mind power and so forth, it's not going to be a disaster like today. If you have the awareness, you know right away you need the physical, you need the breathing. You can aware of all those traditional Chinese martial art have this, and you can aware of the intensity control, as I just mentioned, depend on the age and so forth, so forth. So you want internal? What is internal? Internal mean that they can control the intensity inside there when they practice it. They know they can adjust it based on their needs. At least now you know this exists. You know that this is the standard of the ancient. Okay? That's why I choose to tell the truth to the entire world. Because it is a culture. If this is not openly present, the entire thing is over. And we in America, in the West, We want to have this depth of technology. We are not selling snake oil here. We want to base on solid foundation to build another era of Wing Chun. Without that, you know there is nothing there. So again, everybody say about Bruce Lee, this Bruce Lee. Why is Bruce Lee saying that Wing Chun is dry land swimming, in his own words? You know there's problem there. And today we have the solution based on the ancient. So we need to fix it. We need to restore it.